In this video, we're going to go over running reports. Now, once you first logged into your account and you're looking at the dashboard, we're going to look over here on the left and we're going to click on the reports icon. Alright, now we are looking at the reports page and specifically on this screen we're looking at standard reports, and you can see that by looking up here at the top right. We have 4 tabs for standard reports, custom reports, office revenue reports, and SB reports, or also service bureau reports. Now initially here we're looking at the standard reports, and if you look over here on the left you have a legend here of different tabs, and we're initially taken to the client return data. And so these are standard reports that are just built into the software. So you have some options here to get the information that you need. Now the first one is summarized or detailed of how you want your report to be produced. Summarized will show you initially by location, whereas detailed will show you the individual taxpayer. So then our next option coming down, we have our category. Now all reports, this will give you down here under name reports, this gives you everything, every report available. Now if you need to narrow it down a little bit, you can click on and select a certain category, whether it's client contacts, return details, summary, whatever it may be. So if I click on return details, you'll notice the name of report kind of narrows down a little bit. It's still a long list, but it's not as long. Just like if we do client contact, it's narrowed down to address and email, birthday and phone. So what you can do now, let's just say we want to do all reports. We're just going to do our address and email list. And what would you like to view? So these are your parameters. Would you want to view all regardless, or would you want to view all with just a refund, those who owe and have a balance due, or those that just come out as a wash? Reviewed or not reviewed? How do you want to sort by social, taxpayer, zip code? And as you select a report, they will adjust accordingly down below. Now, you can include a date range if you'd like. It's not required, but if you need to narrow it down to a specific date, you can search by, look for a date when it was created, when it was last modified, when they paid, when it was submitted, or when it was accepted. And once you have everything selected the way you'd like, you will just click on View Print Report. And so now this one being a summary, we're just looking at our location. So we have a list of our locations here, and then the returns that fall within those parameters. So if you want to see more details, you would just click directly on this too. And it's going to open up another window here, and it's going to give us a bit more information about those taxpayers. Now, as something else you can do as well within these windows, you notice the Excel icon. You can export these reports to an Excel document. Now, coming over here back to the left, let's kind of go down through a few of these. If we have e-file data, it's the same process. You can initially leave it on all reports and have this long list. For e-file data, you're essentially looking at the 1040 and the state returns themselves, which were queued, transmitted, accepted, rejected, possibly duplicates, any, balance dues, refunds. And if you need to narrow that down a little bit, you can do status and tracking, summary, return details. So if I select summary, I can see the e-file summary and the state summary. And if I need to narrow it down, I can just click on include date range, then view and print to generate that report. Same goes for the bank data. So if we have bank data here, we have our bank status summary and our bank status preparer summary. And then you can have it looked at for today, by the week, by the month, or overall. Now the remaining ones down here are specific to a bank that you're working with. So if we just select TPG for this one, and all of the banks are the same, so really what you're looking at, all reports is your only option, and you're just looking at the status. What has been queued, what has been transmitted, what has been accepted. And once you've selected what you want to see, you just click on View and Print. A pop-up window will appear, and then you can send that to an Excel document if you'd like. Now, taking a look at custom reports, if I come up here to the tab and click on Custom Reports, we have an option to now build our own reports. And so initially you'd want to select over here on the left, do you want to do it under client return data or client e-file data? And so once you've made your selection here, now initially if you're creating your own report for the first time, you want to select this as empty report. You want to say, do you want it to be a summarized or a detailed, and then you'll give it a title and how it's going to be sorted. Then down below you're going to give it conditions and criteria. So our criteria could be anything from the names, their address, phone number, socials, spouse's information, W-2 information, any of the schedules or particular forms. Then you're going to select an operator, equal to, less than, greater than, or any of those below, and then what the data will apply. And then down below at the bottom, you're going to indicate what columns do you want to appear within your report. And it'll default to the social and the name, form type, phone number, and email, but you have the ability to add more if you'd like, or if you want to remove any of those that are already in there, you can click on remove here. Now make sure once you have set all your parameters and you've got the report the way you'd like, just to click on save report. Now as an example, I went ahead and created one. So if you have an existing custom report, just like this one here that I created, the wage report, you just select on that particular report, and you can see that there are some parameters below. So I'm looking for W-2 wages that are greater than or equal to $25,000, or that are less than or equal to $175,000. And if I click on view and print report, it's going to generate a report with all my clients who have meet that specific criteria. Now, and you can always update these reports later on. So if I need to come back here and I need to change this number to 200,000, or if I need to drop this or raise it to whatever it may be, you make your changes and you click on update report, and it'll update your existing report. Now, taking a quick look here at the office revenue reports, it's a little bit more information here. You got summarized or detailed like before, and then you can click on, you know, you want to see your paid clients, revenue prepare summary, office revenue, or any of these down below that may apply. Once you've made your selection, you know, you can sort it out by cash, check, how did they pay you, and then you can include a date range if you'd wish. And then once you've made your selections, you just click on view and print report. It'll pop up a pop-up window where you can either print from there or export to Excel. And then finally, looking at our last tab here are SB or Service Bureau reports. And on this screen, you're just going to have a drop down with already set up standard reports. So you would just want to take a look at which one would apply to you. So if I want to do location lookup, then I can do view and print report, and I can see the locations that I have within my account here. If you need to pull anything else, ERO summary, you just view and print report, and it would pull up this information for you. If you need to export to Excel, you would just click on the icon here, or you can print directly from the screen just by using the Control P or the print option built in within your browser. And that is how you would run standard reports and create your own custom reports.